People are eating less red and processed meat. That's according to a piece published in The Lancet. While high levels of consumption of red and processed meats can lead to an increased risk of health problems such as cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes and even certain cancers. It also has a significant environmental impact, producing more greenhouse emissions than other types of agricultural produce.
Yeah, having said that, it also forms an integral part of the human diet and the source of much of our protein intake. Meat produce provides a valuable source of nutrition and a staple of many households across the globe. This is unlikely to change for most of them.
Well, here to chat with us about what these figures mean and the meat industry more generally are Dr. Karis Bennett, spokesperson for the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals charity. Dr. Bennett, lots of people limiting their meat consumption. What do these figures tell us about the change that's taken place in society and about our food habits?
Good morning. It's fantastic to be on. I mean, this is welcome news that meat consumption has reduced, but a 17% reduction just isn't enough. We are in a climate crisis and we've got an obesity crisis as well. And we know that eating too much meat is damaging for our health as well as the planet. Some climate scientists are saying 90% is the figure that we should slash meat eating to. And we know that this is a violent industry. Animals are living in pain, distress, they are dragged off to the slaughterhouse. There's one thing we can all do today to improve the lives of animals, to benefit our own health and the planet, and that's to go vegan.
Dr. Bennett, the vets are brought into places like abattoirs. You know, we have some of the highest animal welfare standards in the world. They are monitored constantly, and they are put down humanely. You know, and people want to eat meat. They like eating meat, and we need to go about it in an ethical way, and that's the best way.
The fact is that 95% of animals raised for meat in the UK live in intensive conditions. Animals like chickens, who are killed at just 6 weeks old. These are wonderful birds, but they're living in their own filth. It causes them burns on their chest. Their legs break beneath them and are deformed because their bodies are so supersized. When you think about this and when you go to PETA's website and watch footage of how these animals live, surely we can't justify eating them. And anyone nowadays, we can find fantastic alternatives. Just pop down your local supermarket, restaurant. There's wonderful vegan foods everywhere now that we know are better for us and for the animals. So give it a go.
And more expensive.
Well, if you get back down to basics and go for a whole food plant-based diet, things that millions of people are eating in the world, like rice, beans, fruits and vegetables, and we are severely lacking in fruits and vegetables in our diets. It's never been poorer, which is driving the obesity crisis. These are some of the cheapest foods out there. So it will save you money and it'll reduce your risk of getting things like diabetes and heart disease that are major killers. The animal farming industry is also driving things like deforestation, water pollution, climate change, pandemics. There's no reason why we should continue this cruel and violent tradition of killing animals for food when there's fantastic alternatives out there.
Dr. Bennett, are you vegetarian? Are you vegan?
Yes, I've been vegan for over 20 years. And it was when I saw what happened to animals on farms in the UK. It was how chickens were kept, because I had chickens as a child. I absolutely adored them. And when I found out the conditions they were living in and saw that, I vowed I was never going to eat them ever again. And I encourage everyone who's interested to go to peta.org.uk. We've got free recipes, we've got a vegan starter kit, and it's just never been a better time to give it a go.
Well, I went to a pig farm a few weeks ago for a story that I was working on. It was Wicks Manor Farm in Essex, and the farmer absolutely loved his pigs. They had lots of space to roam, they were playing around, and I asked him how he felt about those pigs going to slaughter. And he said he absolutely loves his pigs, but the way that he sees it is they wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for him. And they're alive, they have a great life, and then when the time comes, they go to slaughter, they're killed humanely, and that's how he runs his business. But he sees those pigs as having a happy life, and he provides that happy life. The agriculture sector in this country is vast and it's important. How would you suggest that places like dairy farms and pig farms and those people that own them in this country continue to make a living if you're wanting everybody to go vegan?
We have to accept that society is changing. Ethics are changing. People know that animals are sentient beings. The law is going to be changed to recognise this. And diets are changing too. A recent survey by the BBC showed that 50% of children are now vegetarian, vegan, or they want to be so soon. So this is a huge shift in society, and farming has to adapt. It would be wonderful if the government would change subsidies to support plant-based agriculture, growing fruits, vegetables, beans, pulses, crops like oats and wheat that are in demand. And really, it's an opportunity for farmers to take this change and to maximise what's happening, which is a change in society and our relationship to other animals. We owe this to the animals. They are in need of protection. The way they are treated is absolutely horrific, and it can never be justified.
Just finally, how do you know they're not happy?
There's just no ethical way to kill an animal. You were mentioning pigs, but these pigs are killed in gas chambers. It can take them minutes up to hours to die. They are struggling to death. I've been to the slaughterhouse myself, and anyone who is unsure about how these animals suffer, just go to Sir Paul McCartney's video, If Slaughterhouses Had Glass Walls, and look at it for yourself.